Raider Nation? It's your boy, Angry fucking Raider. I'm your host, Angry Raider, and welcome to the Angry Raider Show. This is unusual. I'm pretty sure y'all sitting here waking up on the West Coast thinking like, what the fuck, Angry Raider up early in the morning, blogging. Well, I thought, I got a little time before I jump up in here. Do a little blog, a little rant, you know what I mean? Talk about a little football, ain't nothing else to talk about. Plus, I know y'all still sleep on the West Coast, my East Coast natives. We up and we running around. It's 8:30 here, so it's probably approximately 5:30 over there. So, give y'all a little something to listen to and discuss, or shoot your comments or whatever on your way to work or whatever have you. But, we just talking about the Raiders. That's all we do. That's what we do over here. I get a lot of questions about inbox, what I think about this, what I think about that. And I don't have y'all questions on here, so excuse me for that. But I just ain't have time to really sit down and go through all the questions because all of them are good. And, got some bonehead ass people get up there that come out of nowhere, left field for whatever reasons. But, guess that's what they do. They ain't got nothing else better to do. So, first things first. We had a disappointing season this year. Got our next game on New Year's Eve, Sunday. Well, not New Year's. Well, yeah, New Year's Eve on Sunday. Played the LA Chargers. How do I feel about the game? I mean, I think we should go in and win it. And at least be 7-9 on a year, losing season. But I mean, give you some type of motivation for next year. You know what I'm saying? Overall season, man, has been very disappointing. It was very high expectations for us. Did I predict us to go to the Super Bowl? No. But I predicted us to make the postseason, and I predicted us to do a little decent in the postseason, but I didn't quite think we were there all the way yet. So the hype train that was put out there in the beginning of the season was kind of a little premature. I think, we still had a lot of growing and a lot of changing to do, especially, on the defensive side of the ball, which eventually ended up becoming real good towards the end of the season, as y'all can see, when you put somebody in position that has experience versus non-experience. But we know about that. Offense has been a total disappointment, and the reason for that is his scheme. Now everybody says Derek Carr is trash, blah blah blah, he's not a quarterback, we shouldn't have gave him the money, things of that nature. But what people fail to realize is, man, you play to your scheme, you play to whatever your coaches put out there on the field for you to operate. I think Derek Carr was taken away from what he does best, and that is be a play caller at the line and be able to put his team in a position to make a better play off of a play. Todd Downing offense didn't allow that because Todd Downing is a first-year offensive coordinator. Now, some first-year offensive coordinators come in and they do their thing, but that all comes from pedigree of what were you doing before then. Todd Downing was a quarterback coach. So how much plays do you think Todd Downing had in his arsenal? His clip was real low. He had like a 38. Matter of fact, he had a Dillinger. If anybody know what a two-shot Dillinger is, it's a gun with two barrels on the bitch. It's a little handgun fit in your palm and it hold 5 shots. That's pretty much what Todd Downing had. 5 fucking plays. He thought this was Remember the Titans. And it's not. The plays that he probably ran could probably got him a state championship or a Pop Warner championship, but not no college championship and not no Super Bowl championship. So when you when you take your high power offense and you put them in a low budget ass goddamn system, these are the plays you get. Do I blame it all on Todd Downing? No, because the players have to perform as well. But that just goes back to head coaching. Now, Jack Del Rio was doing some weird shit this year versus from last year. He said he wasn't buying into the hype and all that shit that went on this year at the beginning of the season, but technically he really did. When he started blogging and tweeting and posting videos of Marshawn in practice and shit like that, that's a little tooting your horn like, yeah, we here and we finna fuck some shit up. When technically we ain't did shit. We won 12 games last year and all but 6 of them bitches was close. So that shows you right there that you hadn't jumped you hadn't crossed the bridge yet. You still was in the middle of the bridge and you still was kind of finding your way. Yes, the team learned how to win. Yes, the team learned how to win close games, but we have yet to see a performance where we have been able to chill on the sideline and knew that we was golden the rest of the game. We haven't dominated no one. Jack Del Rio talk a good game, but in reality, Jack Del Rio is pretty much don't know what the fuck he got going on. He pretty much put his players, it's like this. When you let a player do what they want to do, say for instance Marshawn Lynch. Now you know we all know what we getting when you get Marshawn Lynch, which is a person who's gonna be himself and be very outspoken, which is fine. But sometimes that can cripple a team. And what I mean by that, I don't mean because Marshawn Lynch is a real person and he's just being himself. I mean that when you allow a player to do what the fuck he want to do, then other players assume that they can do what the fuck they want to do. And when you take the leadership from your quarterback, what you did, and you just let people do what the fuck they want to do, what you think gonna happen when your quarterback goes to step up and say shit that he probably could have said last year and people went with it versus this year? You're gonna get these results. Derek Carr is a very humble dude, so his leadership is probably very humble. It's probably not like a Ray Lewis or a fucking Steve Atwater. Y'all remember him from the Denver Broncos, or Ronnie Lott, or Lawrence Taylor, or, people that probably are very vocal. Derek Carr is more like a Barry Sanders. He's real quiet, really ain't got too much to say. He just goes out there and just does his job, which he's supposed to be, what he's supposed to do. But at quarterback, you have to be a very vocal leader. Now, we take Phillip Rivers, for example. A lot of us don't like him because we in his division. But overall, Phillip Rivers is a great quarterback, and he's a very vocal leader. And them boys play for him. He takes a subpar offense and a new year coach. And granted, he got a offensive coordinator to know what the fuck he's doing, but Phillip Rivers gets the boys playing for him. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to have with a quarterback. And I think that was taken from Derek Carr when you added Marshawn Lynch. I don't think Marshawn Lynch was a cancer to the team, but I just think when you bring a person in like that, you have to lay guidelines. Like, you have to really, be on your shit and can be able to control somebody like that in a respectable way. You can't just allow this man to do what the fuck he want to do. So, Greater Nation, you can almost imagine how practice goes. Think about this. When you got a trash defense in the beginning of the season, when you got a trash defense and you had a trash defense last year, how much better do you think they make in the offense? I mean, let's just think about that. They can't be making the offense no better at all, period. Now you take Denver, for example. They got a great defense, but their offense is trash. So how better do you think Denver's offense is making their defense? We seen that this year. You know what I'm saying? Competition is everything at practice. And I just don't think competition at our practice level is high. I think it's very subpar. I think motherfuckers really doing what they want to do. Then you all got all these politics about the national anthem and blah blah blah. Like that shit will cripple a team, especially a predominantly black football team. And when you have a head coach and you have your higher power in your organization is pretty much all white, except the general manager, then you have to know how to maneuver and do certain things and be able to put people in situations where they're comfortable. I think the comfort level at our organization was very off. You're moving to Vegas. Your owner don't really know shit about football. He's just pretty much took over what his father left because he wanted to keep it in the family. And your GM is handcuffed to only be able to do certain things that the owner allows him to do. Now, granted, Reggie McKenzie, he's done pretty good. We can't front on that. Let's just be real. I mean, he took us out of cap hell. You know, he had one great draft class. But as far as like overall, I give him probably a C plus, a B. You know what I mean? Because he did put us in a position where people do want to come to the Raiders and play. At one point, they didn't because we had so many different coaches. We had so many different players that didn't give a fuck, etc., etc. We all been there. We all know Raider Nation. We've been through this shit 15, 16 years now. The problem that I'm having is that I feel like until we get some people in there that really understand and know how to work with the players and know how to put the players in position to play to their ability, these are the type of seasons we're going to continue to have. Now let's take for example, remember we had Jamarcus Russell? Y'all all remember that, right? If you think about it, I don't think Jamarcus Russell was a bad player. I think Jamarcus Russell was just in a situation where the system was fucked up, the organization was fucked up, and nobody cared. So like I said, it goes back to what I said in the beginning of this blog. When you put people into situations where it's not a give a fuck in the world in this organization, why would they play to their potential? They just there to get a check. We all know that. We can name a couple of players that was good where they were at, but when they came to us, they just came to get a check. End of their career shit. And that's how it is right now this year. I feel like Jack brought a winning mentality to the culture, but he don't know how to control it and keep it going. You know what I mean? It's like buying a brand new boat. Or matter of fact, it's like buying a used boat because it looked good and you touch it up a little bit, but you got a trash motor in the motherfucker. How long do you think that motor gonna run if you don't do little tweaks here and there to it? If you don't keep it up, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a car. If you don't change the oil in the car and you just keep running off the same fucking oil in the car that you had when you first bought it, what the fuck you think the car gonna start doing? It's gonna start giving you problems. And that's what it is, man. You gotta know what the fuck you doing and know how to manage and control grown men. You know what I'm saying? These are grown ass men. You know what I mean? You're not just gonna walk up in here and expect grown men to just obey shit if it ain't no type of structure. You give them a little bit of structure, but you giving them a lot of rope to do what the fuck they want to do because you thinking in your mind, y'all grown men, I'm a player's coach. Nah, you can't be a player's coach. Not in the NFL. This is a business. If you go to work and all your bosses was people bosses and they were very lenient and blase this and blase that, your company would go down because people are going to start doing what the fuck they want to do. You understand what I'm saying? You got to have some type of structure. And I ain't telling you to put your fucking foot on a nigga neck, but I'm just saying you got to have some type of structure and some type of discipline where, certain shit ain't flying. You understand what I'm saying? When Marshawn Lynch did that bullshit, you should have suspended him, not the league. You should have added on a suspension. Look at Kansas City. Andy Reid, he's spending his best corner. What happened? These motherfuckers done won 3 in a row. You know what I'm saying? He laid the foundation. They know what they can and can't do with him. And it bothers me that Jack gonna be here for a little while. I don't think Jack going nowhere. And yes, Todd Dowdy probably will get fired at the end of the year, but if he doesn't, from what I was reading, Jack trusts him. Jack got nothing but faith in him. So if he don't get fired, that just goes to show you and tell you what kind of head coach we have. I feel like we have a team that can be contenders with a couple different pieces, you know what I mean, through the draft and through free agency. But it won't matter or mean shit if you don't change the culture, if you don't be firm in what the fuck you got going on. You can't be one way one year and then the next year you fucking chill and mad, laid back because you like, okay, I done set my foundation, now I'ma chill and let the players run the business. Nah, that ain't how it work, baby. That ain't how it work, Jack. I think Jack a cool guy, man. I just think Jack just ain't a head coach material. I think that he's a very probably promising coordinator. That has been proven, but I don't think that he's a person that can run a whole organization and try to control the players at the same time. I think he's just a good group player. Give him the defense, let him control the section of the organization, and that's it. You know what I mean? I think it's too much for him as a head coach, and that has been proven in Jacksonville, and it's being proven again. So, Derek Carr, like I said, back to Derek. He's not a bad quarterback. He's a franchise quarterback. He's going to be a great player in this league. But if we don't put him in a situation to be a great player, he's just going to be a trash player. He's just going to fall off the fucking map. And it's just going to be right back to where we was at. You understand what I'm saying? As far as our receivers go, Amari Cooper, man, if y'all watch college football, Amari Cooper and Lane Kiffin offense was a slot, reverse, hitch and go type receiver. You know what I mean? He could run the route tree, but that they used him to his ability. We don't have those plays where he can be explosive and used to his ability. Michael Crabtree, I don't know what happened to Crabtree this year, but that goes to show you that practice is playing a big part in what the fuck is going on. Your receivers drop that many passes. That means something is wrong in practice. Something is wrong with the coaching staff. Something is not clicking somewhere during the week. You keep saying you're having great weeks, but it's impossible. Take Sean Smith, for example. You put him in a fucked up scheme. We dogged the shit out of him. But then when Pagano come in, he's the top number one corner, tied for number one, matter of fact, coming from Jason the Great Breakdown in the league. Now, yeah, his snap count might be a little lower than Talib and fucking Patrick Peterson, but the last 3 to 4 weeks, he been shut down. Goes to show you, he played in the scheme that fitted him, which was the same type of scheme that Kansas City runs, and it worked. You understand what I'm saying? And it worked. I think defense will be straight with another piece or two here, but offense will be straight when you get somebody in that knows how to run a legitimate offense and can put those players in better situations. You understand what I'm saying? And until that happens, we're going to have these seasons for a long time. For a long time. And I know Raider Nation, just as well as I know we tired of that. We tired of that. We tired of that. So when it comes to the draft, what do I think we need? I think we're pretty much set at receiver. We got a receiver on the practice squad that's a beast. Hutchins, check him out. Go look at his highlights. That man's a beast. Came from Arkansas. He's a beast. He's better than stuff. But you don't have the coaches that know what kind of players they have to put them in situations to be successful. That's what that is. But receiver, for the most part, we straight. Crabtree's getting a little old, but I still think Crabtree has it. It's just the system is fucked up. Running back, I like Washington. I like Rashad. Their production has went down due to the scheme, but I think that you should bring back Marshawn next year if he wants to come back and draft a future running back. Now, we don't know what Hood can do. Elijah Hood. We don't know what he could do because we haven't seen him. He didn't get an opportunity to show what he could do. So maybe we got something with him. We don't know. But until then, I mean, bring some competition in. Push the envelope. I say draft a quarterback too. Push the envelope because ain't nobody really pushing Carr at quarterback. You know, Emmanuel was pretty good. You know, he's from our home state. You know what I mean? He's pretty decent, but he's not going to push for a starting job. Connor Cook, that's been proven. He was cool at Michigan State, but, you know, he's not a legitimate first starter quarterback, however you want to justify this shit. He's a backup and third stream at best. Practice squad, you know. Maybe if he was in a different scheme, we might could see something too, but we'll never know that neither. I think cornerback, we should get another corner just to push the pocket. Emerson and Sean Smith, I mean, we can let them go to save cap money, to give money to Khalil because we definitely need to keep him. But, I mean, that's an executive decision, you know what I'm saying? TJ Curry is not under contract, so I would definitely bring him back because he's been consistent. I mean, it's just, you know, the scheme was fucked up where you couldn't really see what we really had until Pagano got there. Now we kind of can see what players can do. Definitely need a linebacker. I like Morrow. I think he's straight, you know what I mean? But, you know, Corey James was hurt. We don't know how that's going to pan out. We don't know what Lee is going to do. So, you know, it's a lot of up in the air with the linebacker situation. I think that we definitely need to bring back Navarro Bowman. He's only 29, so he has a lot of life left in his career. I think he's a great leader, and he definitely knows what the fuck's going on. Coaching staff definitely need to get some different type of coaches in there. You know what I'm saying? Because something's not clicking at practice. I'm going to keep going back to practice. Something is not clicking, and if practice sucks, the game's going to suck. And every time I look at a blog, they always say, we had a great practice. Lying, motherfucker. You ain't had no great practice. How? Your defense was trash in the beginning of the year. Your offense sucks. So what kind of great practice were you having? No competition. What? You two sorry motherfucking positions playing against each other ain't going to make nothing better. It's just going to keep it the same. And then when you go against great defenses or great offenses or subpar offenses or subpar defenses, you're going to still get the same type of play. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot that need to be cleaned up. It's a lot that need to be changed. And I hope that, you know, the higher powers and everybody can put their fucking mind together and change up shit and get shit correct. Because if not, we're going to have these seasons for a long time to come. Now, everybody asked me, do I think John Gruden should come back? I mean, I like John Gruden. A lot of people don't, for whatever reasons. I mean, it is what it is, but I think he's a great coach. I think that, you know what I mean, he's not going to come back to Oakland unless he can bring who he want to bring with. And I think Mark Davis will bring him back if he wants to come back, and we'll let Jack go and we'll pay him. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling that's the way it's going to go, but John Gruden make a lot of money doing the broadcast shit, so it'll have to be a great situation. I mean, he said he wants to come back to coaching, but he's not going to come back to a team or teams that ain't in a spot to win. And Oakland is in a spot to win. It's just you need the right people there. John Gruden wanted to come back a couple years ago because we ain't had no franchise quarterback. We ain't have shit. Now that we got the pieces and we got pretty much a good foundation, it's just now it's time to put somebody in place that can build this motherfucker and make it pop. You know what I'm saying? And I think he would do it. I think a couple coaches would do it. But that's yet to be seen. That's yet to be seen, Raider Nation. You know what I mean? That's yet to be seen. So right now we just gonna accept what we got and just hope that it get better. You know, just hope that it get better. But disappointing season, man. Hate for this shit to end like this, man. And I just hope shit get better and we make some executive decisions that's gonna prevail us to the next level, because it's about time, man. God damn, how much more do we got to go through as Raider fans? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna ever quit on my squad, but god damn, sometimes you just want to be like, motherfucker, what's up? It's like a fucking bad child. You just keep whooping their ass and they just can't get it right, so you don't know what the fuck to do. You know what I mean? So I mean, it is what it is, Raider Nation, man. Just a little rant, man, just to get you through the morning. You know, hope everybody enjoying they weekends getting ready to come, New Year's getting ready to come. So man, y'all be safe out there. I check y'all on Sunday. Hopefully we got something good to talk about. And it's your boy Angry Raider, man. Until then, you already know our slogan: Raiders, Raiders. I'm out.